Alrighty, 5:39 now. Folks still have to finish some of their holiday shopping, Alex, even though we are just a couple days away from Christmas. So I'm expecting those malls to be packed and folks will be outside.
Yes, and we're still not looking at any form of weather to really impact any of that shopping or anything that you really need to get done before the family comes into town on an afternoon basis. However, while it is starting to look a lot like Christmas, it is definitely not starting to feel a lot like Christmas. In fact, we are only going to get warmer as we head into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and we are entering a stretch of high temperatures in the 70s, but that is still not going to be for today. We do have a much more pleasant environment to walk out the door to. Here's a look at the Christmas tree, and 49 degrees, the current temperature down in Lawrence County this morning. So Dublin joining the 40-degree party with Wrightsville and Swainsboro at 48 and 47 degrees. Farther over to the west, you steadily warm up, some mid-50s and some upper 50s, mainly because of some cloud cover in those areas, which I'll show you in just one moment. But first things first, how much warmer than yesterday are we hovering? Well, Swainsboro and Soperton only 11 degrees warmer, and that's still a pretty big difference from what you walked out the door to yesterday, but not as much as other areas, hovering around 22 degrees warmer, 23 degrees warmer, or 27 degrees warmer than this time yesterday in areas like Gordon, Milledgeville, Warner Robins, and down to Macon. Something also that you are noticing, and I for a fact definitely noticed it as I walked outside, are some breezy conditions. Sustained winds, not too gusty, 5 to maybe 10 miles per hour, but it's those occasional gusts up to 20 miles per hour that will continue to be possible throughout the morning hours. As we go into the afternoon, the breeze should subside and die down just a tad bit. So satellite and radar shows cloud cover back over to the west, but it does look like it's starting to fizzle out. We're seeing a lot more breaks in that cloud cover early this morning, and that's going to be a theme that takes us into the afternoon that I think will be mostly sunny. We'll get a glimpse of some clouds in the near vicinity of us, but it's mainly a story of your high temperatures. 63 degrees, pretty close to average for this time of year, but in fact, it's the only day on your 7-day forecast that I do have forecasted below the 70-degree mark. So as we go into this afternoon, maybe a slight breeze, but still some pleasant conditions for doing any of that last-minute shopping or celebrating some of the early Christmas festivities. Tomorrow morning, we'll see the re-entry of some cloud cover, maybe a very minuscule chance of seeing a sprinkle shower throughout those morning hours as well. But still a predominantly dry day for your Tuesday. And as we go into Christmas Eve on Wednesday, it also still looks dry. We'll still see that passing cloud cover here and there. Overall, rain not going to be much of a factor besides those 10% that I throw on a couple of days throughout the next 7 days just to really cover the bases. The bigger story will be your warming trend into the low 70s and the mid 70s by the time we roll into Christmas Eve. And 76 degrees if we do hit that mark, falling one shy of the record for Christmas Eve set back just 10 years ago in 2015. And then Christmas Day, 75 is my forecasted high. Not as close to that record set back in 2016. However, it is going to be a near record warm Christmas and something that we have seen recently over the past decade. But then as we go into the weekend ahead, rain chances still looking very low until we get into the later hours of Sunday as a front starts to make its way through and will cool the numbers back down for the beginning of next week.